Very interesting one, this one. Very interesting one regarding tourists going to the United States will now have to provide 5 years of social media history to gain entry into the United States. Okay, so going straight in, before I give my opinion on this one, basically a lot to say. So going in on this one, according to LBC News, using that article, Trump to make foreign tourists provide 5 years of social media history before entering the US. Brits traveling to the US will have to undergo social media screening before being allowed to enter the country under new proposals being considered by Donald Trump's administration. The drastic move is the latest attempt by Trump to scrutinize foreign visitors after an immigration freeze from 19 countries was announced last week. According to a notice published in the country's Federal Register on Tuesday, all foreign tourists, which include Brits traveling to the US for the 2026 World Cup, would need to provide their social media from the last 5 years. That's basically it in a nutshell. So if you're traveling to the United States from the UK, you need to open up this is it. I guess Twitter, Facebook, etc. These are the websites you may have to open up. And when they go through, or let's say download your data, if they do, any incriminating information which is not of social moral character, from what I've read in other articles, basically it's about ascertaining people of a good social moral character to be able to enter the country. That is your objective. So if you download some of your Facebook, whatever it is, from any websites, and you're saying anything incriminating against America, Trump, or even, let's say, I guess it depends what the measurement is. If you're saying anything untoward, then boy, it's not going to be a good look for you, is it? Obviously, you have to fly back, you know what I mean, or whatever. But the bottom line is this, yeah, not just those websites, but actually WhatsApp could be your texts. Because don't forget, I think most people communicate by WhatsApp text anyway. So that's even different. And not just anything derogatory against Trump. That could be anything. You may say something, which may not even be derogatory. Like someone may say something general like, have you noticed there's so many black footballers in the Premiership? Could be a Caucasian person saying that, for example. And that could actually be construed as saying, something that could be deemed as racist in the context of, although it's not, in my opinion, okay, things like observations may go against you, or you may say, you could be a straight guy and you could go into a environment, say central London, and say, oh, there's too many GAY people here. Again, you know what I mean? You see where I'm going with this. And they may say, hold on a minute, mate. You might be worried that you might do something to a GAY establishment in Manhattan or whatever it is, for example. So there's that aspect. And there's more. I mean, people are saying about the element of free speech, which is something that Trump propagates. Then, again, I've always argued this. How far does free speech go? I mean, and there's nothing towards Trump. I'm just saying generally, I mean, there's a lot to say here. And also there's the issue of human rights, Again, there's so much to look into, human rights. I mean, you're going into a country, that's something personal to you. It's like, you technically speaking, being very technical now, yeah. Let's say I was going to America, and they let you through whatever, you're innocent. But if you're someone who's gone through and they suspect you're something, and they take you to the side, put you in a side room, and they search you. Couldn't the examination of social media in this context be the same thing? Some could argue it's intrusive because it's a bit something personal to you. You know, I mean, and if they're going through that, reading that, then that's a violation, isn't it? If a woman's gone through certain things, be it domestic abuse or maybe, you know, something more extreme, and she's gone to America and America's saying, guess what, we need to go for your phone and download everything on your phone, then that could be a problem. You know, so it's not as clear cut as people seem it to be. But anyway, there's a lot more to look into there in that. Let me just look at a few Facebook comments that have come up regarding this because I find it very interesting. So let me just go to my Facebook and have a look at some of the comments on here. Okay, here's a few. Oh, the orange man doesn't like hurty words. Okay, that's put by. If you got a blacklist, I would be on it. Again, some people, you know what I mean, because they said a lot of things online. Don't be concerned that might go against them if they're to travel into the United States. Here's a good one. So how does this actually work in practice? Do I give remote access? Do I print 5 years worth of posts and messages and pay excess baggage to take it there and get some poor border control staff to sift through it? I can't remember what I posted a message last week, let alone 5 years ago. And that's a good point. You're actually being judged by what you put or said 5 years ago. That's deep. That's a deep one. And the UK and the UK and EU as a freedom of speech issue. Laughter. Again, people saying, you know what I mean? He's saying the EU and UK have a free speech issue, but look at self. Oh no, isn't that a fascist regime? Depends how you see things. So let's tank an already tanking industry. Pure business genius. Actually, I could argue he's a business genius, but this isn't business. This is government. And yeah, I mean that's another way of looking at it. If the travel industry to America is floundering, then maybe that might deter people from traveling because they're worried about spending on a ticket, getting there, and then they might not be allowed in. So yeah, it is what it is. Data mining, that's a good thing. That's a good point. That could be that as well. Data mining, obviously you give no information willingly, so maybe they can argue they can do what they want with it because you're giving it willingly, right? Irrespective of being coerced or not. See how that works out? The man is angry with European leaders. Could be. Maybe he sees them as weak, as he said recently. So maybe, because I see you as weak now, I'm going to do this. Because you'll do nothing about it anyway, because you're weak. And so forth. All right, then. But there's a lot to look at there, and yeah, it is what it is. All right, then. Later.